Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, on that you can quote me, in FLC.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the FLC Hangout where your freedom lifestyle begins. I'm so excited to be back. I feel like whenever we take a little break off filming, or it hasn't even been that long, but it feels like ages, and I get so excited to be back. So welcome back everyone. If you're also excited, hit the like button, share a comment. What should you say, you might ask? Say FLC, I don't care. Leave us a comment, leave us a like. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. It really does help us out. Today, we're talking about, I think, probably one of my favorite topics to talk about just with anyone ever, is all about wellness, fitness, health, everything that encompasses that, to exercise, to your mental wellness. Everything, why it's important. And I feel like this subject is often a bit overlooked in business and in making money, but really it's really important. So I'm super excited to get into this. Misty, I want to ask you, you recently had a procedure done, and I wanted to ask you, how did it go and how are you feeling now?
Thank you, Josie, for asking. Everything went well, and I feel amazing. In fact, the procedure was supposed to be like a 3-hour procedure. Normally, it takes about 3 hours to do. It took mine like 20 minutes. And they said, well, you may even have, this done and this afterwards, these side effects, and you may even be in some pain. I feel nothing, which is absolutely awesome. So, but it's all because of my health and how, I may be a big girl, but I do eat healthy and I do take care of myself. I don't admittedly get enough movement in. I do move, but not enough. What I do, my body's so used to that it just doesn't burn off, slim down and burn off and tone up and everything. So that I am working on. But what I do eat is very healthy. I don't know about you, Josie. I'm a junk food junkie. I love junk food. I love it. But you know what I found is instead of just going for the chips and the candy and the cookies and the donuts and all that kind of stuff, first of all, I don't do soda. I can't do carbonated beverages. That's just my body. It won't take it. But when I did do carbonated beverages, I would go for more the sparkling waters, the flavored waters. That's healthier. There's a lot out there with 0 sugars now, and there's still using cookies and chips and stuff like that. You may be craving those things, but what I found is if I go for the healthier option, I can still get my craving met going for the healthier option, but I never, ever, ever deny myself anything. So if I want a donut or a candy bar or something, I will get it because I'll go to the store, to be honest. I'll go to the store and I'm like craving donuts or something. And I'll go over and I'll look at the donuts and I'm like, I know that if I buy that pack of donuts, there may be 12 donuts in that pack because you can't buy them just one. Some places you can't buy just one donut. You have to buy the entire pack. I only want one. And I know my body, I can't even finish that one. So I'm thinking, okay, what am I really craving? Am I craving the sweetness of that? If I am, what can I eat that's healthier that I can buy just one of that will meet that craving? So it's like I kind of adjust. And then it's gotten to where over the years, I don't even look for the other stuff. I find myself doing it automatically. I just go down the chips aisle. I don't know about in the UK, but here in the US, the chip aisle, you have the chips and stuff on one side, and then you have crackers and cookies and a lot of the healthier stuff in sections on the other side. I will find myself looking at the healthier stuff, thinking I want chips, but I'll go down that aisle and I'll automatically look at the healthier stuff because there are healthier options to chips. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, I know I'm talking a lot, and I have a question for you.
No worries.
But what happens is when people think about going on a diet, because I don't diet. I always tell people you don't want to diet. You're going to fail at a diet. It's guaranteed because you're forcing yourself to think I can't have this. And when you think I can't have this, that's automatically what you want, right? So what I do is I will tell people, "Oh, are you?" They're like, "Are you on a diet?" No. What do you mean? What are you doing then? I'm looking for a lifestyle change. I want to do things that are going to become so natural that I don't think about it. And I don't, like I said before, I don't deny myself anything. If I want a candy bar, I will buy a candy bar. But I notice that after I eat 1 or 2 bites of it, I really don't want it. So I'm stuck like, well, half a candy bar or a little 2/3 of a candy bar. Now what do I do with it? Put it in the freezer, wait till I have a craving again and have to have one? Okay. You. But I'll do it for a
Yeah.
while. I say you because it'll be in there for months because I'm like, I just don't want it. You know? But my question, Jesse, is because I know you're absolutely like phenomenal with fitness and you do the Zumba classes with for your mom and help people out that way. Um, I want to know how not only what you think about healthy eating, but also the stuff that you do as far as exercise wise. Because in my mind, when I think Josie, I think healthy eating and constantly exercising. Because in my mind, it's from the time she gets up to the time she goes to bed, she's exercising. That's what I think. I don't think that's necessarily that way, but that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah, it's recently actually it's a little bit been like that. Not the full day, like I'm not that crazy. But that's funny. That is funny. And by the way, earlier I was laughing when you said chips, just because I straight away thought like English chips, like French fries. And then you said the chips aisle, and I was like, aisle for chip, and then I got confused. That's why I was laughing. By the way, I was like,
I
oh,
forgot about that.
crisps. Anyway, that's a language barrier issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like exactly what you were saying, the healthy eating is so important and so overlooked. But just like you said, it's you can go too extreme. You can go too extreme in both ends, too extreme in the all you eat is unhealthy, too extreme. All you eat is healthy, no sugar, fruit. If that's what you actually are craving and actually want, fine. But if you're forcing yourself to be in there and you say no to chocolate and no to cake, also unhealthy. Also unhealthy. I won't go into it fully, but when I was 15, 16, 17, I really struggled with eating. I had this whole idea of like no sugar, nothing. And I denied, like it was bad. It was unhealthy. I was slim and like people would see me and think, oh, like she's healthy. I wasn't healthy. So just like you said, don't deny it. You need everything in balance. And I think what's important is eat what makes you feel good, because yes, we're talking about eating, we're talking about exercise, but in daily life too, your work, when you go to events, when you visit family, when you're with friends, you need to feel good and energized. And that comes from what your body is running off. Think about it. You're not going to put what I don't drive, so I don't know if this analogy is right, but you're not going to put petrol in an electric car or whatever the analogy is, right? So you need your body is being fueled and you need to be aware of that. So that's what I completely agree with you on that side. With the with the exercise, um, I do. So I teach a lot of the classes in the studio for my mom, which is so much fun. Zumba is so fun. If anyone happens to be in Brighton around Brighton area, England, let me know. Come to my Zumba class. But I do that. I really enjoy like actually like strength training and stuff. So sometimes I'll go to other classes there that do strength training, or I'll go to the gym with my dad. Recently as well, Seb, if you're watching, you'll know what I'm about to say, has been really trying to get me into running. And this is something I want to talk about because I hate, hate, hate running. And Seb will know how much I hate running, but I want to be good at it. And I think I'm bringing
If
this
I'm
up.
running, I'm running, it's because
Yeah,
if I'm running, it's because I'm running from something, not
exactly.
because I want to.
I know. Seb's like, I ran 15K. I'm like, who was chasing you? What do you mean you ran 15K? Um, but I'm bringing that up not to say like I'm running and look at me, I'm getting better at running. I think this transfers into actual life, and this is what I really like about fitness and health and what we're talking about is, and coach, actually our coach said this to me months ago when I mentioned I first started wanting to run. He was like, if you can push through that hate of running, because I know I don't like it, but I know I want to be good at it. And it's the same thing with like maybe sales if you're first starting out, anything you're doing. But the only way I'm going to like running is if I run. And if I get over that hatred of running, because I'm going to get better and then I'm going to enjoy it because I'm getting better and I'm going to want to get even better. So I think what's really nice, I mean, we talked about eating, but what's really nice with like actual movement as well is you're not always going to feel like it. Um, but it's the days that you push through and act and do it anyway, you're going to feel so good. And I promise you, it's going to translate into other areas of your life. Like suddenly making myself do pick up the phone is easier, stuff like this, right? But saying that as
Because
well,
it feels
what something
confidence.
I'll say again, you got cut off.
I said it builds confidence.
She's a robot. Builds confidence. Yes, it
Builds
builds
confidence.
confidence. But no,
We're both having internet issues, guys. Bear with us.
guys, Misty's a robot and my power might cut out any minute now. So listen while you can. But it's exactly that. And I think as well, obviously, like you said, I do quite a quite I would say quite a lot. What I struggled with when I first started like getting into fitness journey or whatever is thinking I had to do this many days, this many hours, this much a week, this much a day. If you set expectations like that for yourself with eating, working out, journaling, it's not going to be fun and you're not going to stick to it. I can tell you that for a fact. So find movement you enjoy. If it's running, run. If it's walking, walk. If it's dancing, dance. If it's, I don't know, stretch yoga, do yoga. It doesn't have to be what you see other people do or anything. Find what you like. Which leads me to my question to you is what do you like doing?
I like Pilates. I've gotten into the wall
Ooh.
Pilates, and I will do Pierre's yoga. Pierre has the
Mm.
yoga on YouTube.
Yeah. Link.
Yes,
I'll link it below. Go watch. Yeah.
yes, yes. So I do Pierre's yoga. I've gotten to our alternate days. One day I'll do the wall Pilates, the next day I'll do Pierre's yoga, and then I'll go back to wall Pilates, and I'll just alternate days like that. But what I found was because I'm a caregiver, I have a client that can't do the movements like get on the floor and stuff like that. There
Mm.
are other alternatives. You can find exercises to do from sitting down or just standing in place. There are things you can do. You just have to look for them because there's everything on YouTube. You can find it just about anything.
Yeah.
But I have this thing that I want to say. It's because I kind of butt heads with my client because he wants to just live life however he wants, and I want him to live his best life and in a healthy way. So we kind of butt heads because he's like, I'm just going to do whatever I want to. I want to live a long, healthy, quality life, right? I want to do what I want to do. I'm like, that's fantastic. I think that's amazing. You want to do that. How can you do that if you're not doing it in a healthy way? How can you do that if you're still smoking
Mm.
or you're because you're diabetic, you get, sepsis or lose a limb because
Mm.
you're not taking care of yourself? How are you going to live a long quality life if you're not adding that quality? If you're not adding the movement and the health and those, kind of things into your life, you're not going to have any kind of quality. You
Mm.
can't live a long quality life if you're in a coma because you refuse to take care of your diabetes or because you refuse to take care of your heart and you end up in the hospital or with a triple bypass or something else. You have to have the health and I'm not saying, I've never once told somebody, go on a diet and change your food and all this. That. No. Obviously, if you get in my opinion, I'm not a dietitian at all. Never had like formal training in diet to be a dietitian.
Mm.
So if there are dietitians listening here, you can always correct us or comment suggestions or whatever in the comments. But if you're um prominently, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, but the point is that if you're say because my client's diabetic, if you're diabetic and his body's craving sugar, have a little bit of sugar. Don't go overboard because you have to watch your A1C. You have to watch your sugar levels. I understand that. But any normal person, if you are craving something, there's something in that you're craving, your need, whether it be a vitamin, whether it be a mineral. It's not always the taste or the flavor or the texture that you're craving. There's something in it you need. So making sure you get that, whether it be from a healthier option or the junk food option, is the important thing. Just like
Mm.
you said, don't go overboard. In moderation. Watch what you're doing. Because
Yeah.
if you notice, I have heard once that people in France are so thin because of the fact that they don't eat a lot. What they do when they eat is they savor every bite, which makes them not want to eat much because they've already had that craving full, right?
Mm.
And that goes back to me wanting the candy bar. If I have a candy bar, 9 times out of 10, I only want the first 2 bites and I'm done. If I eat the rest of the candy bar, that's just me being a pig. I mean, not really a
Yeah.
pig, but me just being, unhealthy.
Yeah.
But that's, So Josie, what are you what are some things that you recommend people do?
I think what's the very first thing to know is it's a habit like anything else. Eating healthy, doing exercise, focusing on your mental well-being as well, which by the way, exercise and eating healthy will help your mental well-being so much. Um, it's a habit like anything else. You want to get better at dancing, build a habit of practicing dancing. You want to get better at drawing, build a habit of practicing drawing a little bit every day. You're not, so me, I can't draw. I can't do it. I don't have the patience to do it. never been something I'm interested in. If I suddenly wanted to start getting into drawing, I'm not going to suddenly say, I'm going to do an hour every single day of drawing and practicing shading and sketch. I don't know. Artists don't come for me for my terminology. I'm going to start with 5 minutes a day. I'm going to start with 2 minutes a day. Better than nothing. So it's the same thing. If you want to start eating better, make breakfast your, and by the way, most important meal of the day, breakfast. Some people say, some people disagree. I like breakfast, my favorite meal. Anyway,
I just like to eat.
yeah, I just like
I
whatever.
just like to eat.
Start with making breakfast healthy. Like change your breakfast and then slowly change a snack. Change this. If you want to start exercise, you want to start running, go for 1 mile. Doesn't matter. And then go for two, go for three. Like build it up. Like anything as a habit. But saying that as well, you're not going to want to do it every day. You're not going to want to eat healthy every single day. Sometimes you do need to make that choice of, I want this, but I'm going to feel like shit afterwards. So I'm going to make this healthier choice. Sometimes you are going to have to do that. Sometimes you are going to have to drag your butt out of bed to go on that walk, to do some stretching, whatever it is. You think like the Olympic athletes or the bodybuilders, they want to be in the gym every day? No, no. Like anything else, it's discipline. And yeah, make it a habit. Just introduce things. What's really important is to not force yourself into a certain way of eating. You don't have to suddenly go vegan or something like that, or a certain movement. You don't have to lift weights if you don't want to lift weights. If your movement choice is walking, stretching, yoga, that's fine.
Hey guys, so what we were trying to say was you want to be as healthy as possible, right? Take care of yourself. Think of long term. Okay, the healthier we eat, the healthier things we drink, the more we move our bodies, the longer and healthier we're going to feel and be able to live, right? So if you want to be in a good physical condition, look at it this way. If you want to maintain or improve your quality of life that you have right now, you have to start thinking about, am I doing what's best for me? Because your health and your body, your exercise, does not affect anybody else. It affects you. Unless you have somebody who is so codependent on you, they have nobody else to help out with that anything, right? Because I know sometimes as a caregiver that can happen. So your health has to come from you. If you want to maintain the quality of life you have or improve your quality of life, you need to start thinking about, how can I change things? Now, we're not saying completely give up everything. I will still go have a hamburger every once in a while. Even though I can't digest meat very well, I will still have a hamburger every once in a while. I normally don't eat meat very often because, like I said, I can't digest it very much anymore. I did have the gastric bypass in 2018, and which had changed my eating habits and the way I do things. But I would not regret it. I don't regret it at all. It's not for everybody, and I'm not saying run out there and do it. I'm saying for me, it was the right decision because it wasn't cosmetic. For me, it was, do I want to sit in a wheelchair for the rest of my life and watch my life go by and be a bystander and watch my life pass by me? Or do I want to be an active participant? And I want to be an active participant. I want to participate in my life. I want to go out and be able to live a very good quality of life. So for me, that was the right decision. For me, and that was my point where, like, okay, I'm changing everything. So my whole lifestyle started changing. And to be honest, I don't regret it. My procedure that should have taken 3 hours, it only took 20 minutes. And yes, it was a medical procedure, but it only took 20 minutes. and I'm perfectly fine. I don't have any side effects from that procedure. No pain, nothing, which is kind of weird, but it's a good weird. So if you want to have a good quality life, a long quality life, to be able to go out and do whatever in the world you want to do without the aid of a walker, a wheelchair, or somebody else, you got to start changing things. It starts here. And like Josie said, it's very difficult, but it can be done. And it can be done by you. You're the only one that's going to live with you every moment, every second of your life. You're the only one that's going to be there. So you are the only one that you have to answer to. You are the only one that's in control of who you are, what you do, how you live your life, what you think, what you eat, how you sleep, everything. And guys, sleep is very big too. Very, very important. You've got to get your sleep in there. Maybe we'll talk about that on another time. But with that being said, guys, we thank you so much for being patient with us and our wonky internet. We love you guys. Thank you for being here, for tuning in. Bear with us. We have had a few weeks off just because we've got some other stuff going on, but we're not giving up here. Keep going. We're going to be coming back at you with some really, really amazing guests. Even if it's just Josie and I, we'll be back. But we thank you guys for being here. Be sure to like, comment, share, check us all out. Follow Pierre on YouTube. Josie said she was going to put his link down here. He's an amazing yoga instructor. He's fantastic. Oh, and he's brilliant. He's so good. He not only does yoga all the time, he's also really good at languages. So he's wonderful. So with that being said, guys, keep learning. Be back next week because we'll be back with another episode. We may be changing the day and slightly the time of when we are uploading, so keep an eye on that. We will try to let you guys know. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, share, and help us reach as many people as possible, because everybody deserves to be free, and here's where it begins, right? So from all of us here at FLC, welcome to the family. And once you're family for life. So we'll catch you guys next week. Bye. See ya later.